Alrighty, welcome to the first Aether Drift draft at our channel, and I also want to call it Tokyo Drift. I think that's what I'll be calling it. Hey, who doesn't love the Fast and the Furious? Also, what is a Mimeoplasm Revered one? So it's Villainous Wealth, and it goes as it enters exile X creatures from your graveyard, and it gets 3 counters per them, and you can pay 2 to make a copy of a creature exiled with it. That's kind of dope. If you play 6 mana 9/9 or maybe 5 mana 6/6, and you can pay 2 and copy and turn it into one of those things. All right, I don't know if this is good, but I'm kind of curious. I mean, probably the red-white uncommon is better. Let's see, 2 mana, scry 2, tap, and you make a 1/1 if you played a mount or vehicle this turn. The 1/1's a pilot. Okay, yeah, definitely the Cloudspire Coordinator is better, but I'm just going to take the Mythic Rare and try to draft a nice little self-mill deck. Let's see. Start your engines, and you sack this to get X basic lands. Now, that doesn't sound very good. Of course, Roadside Assistant sounds pretty good, too. Gallant Strike. Rise from the Wreck. Return a creature, a mount, a vehicle, and a creature with no abilities. This is a good self-mill card. All right. I'm in for that. It doesn't actually work well with Mimeoplasm, but I think that's fine. Defend the Rider is probably a combat trick. Yeah, no, I don't think I want that so much. Take me home, country roads. This attacks while saddled. You get a basic plains. Ooh. 6 mana, 6/6 reach, gain 4 isn't that bad. And you get to cycle it, which is really good with those two things. There's also 2 mana bite at instant speed, but then it even gets cheaper if you have a mount. All right, let's just take the Ketradon. I'm going to draft a Sultai control deck with some good self-mill going. That's my plan. Oh, there we go. And now we've got Wretched Doll. 2 mana, 3/1. You pay a black and tap it and surveil one. Ooh, creepy art. There's also black-green tap land, gain a life. Maybe I want that. And I don't think I want any of these blue cards. Transit Mage. I don't have any artifacts to get yet. I know I could get some, but I kind of feel like just taking a land is going to be better, but 2 mana 3/1 with Surveil 1. No, I'll just take Jungle Hollow. When you're trying to draft 3 colors, these lands are awesome. They gain a life. They're just really pushed. Okay, so this is 3 mana. Look at the top 5 cards, put 2 in your hand and the rest on the bottom. It's a great divination. Don't think I want Grim Javelier or Venom Sac Lagok. There's also Risky Shortcut. Draw 2, lose 2. So the reason to take Risky Shortcut over Stock Up would be that if I think I'm black-green base, but Stock Up seems quite a bit better. Let's just take that, I think. I don't think I want the Venom Sac Lagok. And here, whenever you activate exhaust ability, draw a card. Exhaust becomes an artifact creature and put a counter on it. Oh, Ranger's Refueler is not bad. There's also Scurryfoot, which I think is pretty reasonable. But, oh, and Trip Up, which is not bad either. Cycling, instant, top or bottom. So I don't have any exhaust abilities yet, but I feel like Ranger's Refueler is a pretty strong, like 2 mana 3/3, pay 4 to draw a card and make it into a 4/4. And now it also, you don't need to crew it is nice. And then any other exhaust ability draws you a card. That seems pretty good to me. Ooh, Wild Roads makes a vehicle. There's a 6 mana 6/5 Vigilance, and you get an artifact card out of your deck. And if it's cheap, it goes into play. That is pretty good. I don't really like Stall Out all that much. Wild Roads is okay. Gear Seeker Serpent, I don't think we're going to be doing enough artifacts for Gear Seeker, really. I'm kind of curious if this thing is good, but I probably don't need a 6-drop that's in a new color. Maybe I'll just take Wild Roads. I think it's just a nice bit of value to have a land that just turns into a 1/1. Oh, baby, another land. You'd love to see that. I'm sure I'm going to take it. Yeah. Yes, I am. Thornwood Falls. Let's go. Got to play this Mimeoplasm. I could use some more self-mill type cards, but we got time for that. Ooh, and then here we've got a Night Market, a tap land of any color, which cycling too, which is nice. And there's another Stock Up. I do like Stock Up, but I've got a couple card draw spells. I think just another land is going to be nice. And I could even splash more colors if I want. Oh, look. 2 mana 3/2 is kind of good because it's a creature with no abilities to get back with this. There's also Hull Drifter. I do like Hull Drifter. And there's also Trip Up. Wow, these are all pretty good. I kind of want Hull Drifter just as it's a draw 2 and I feel like having a couple more vehicles I wouldn't mind. And then bounce off, I don't know if I'll play it or not, but it seems pretty nice. 2 mana 1/3, and then you can flying with exhaust, an exhaust ability for the refueler. I guess I'd rather have the engineer. I think the second bounce off probably loses a good amount of value. And then here, I don't think I'm playing any of these things, so I'll pass a red card, I guess. All right, go to pack 2. Let's see. Punished for not taking the red-white card. Red-white, 2/3. All your vehicles and mounts have haste, and you saddle them. Oh, wow. So just auto, saddles / cruise, and they all get haste. That's pretty good. There's also 5 mana, 3/4, affinity for artifacts flying. Somber Hoverguard, Power Crept. That was a good common back in Mirrodin a million years ago. 6 mana, 3/2 flying, affinity for artifacts. But, here we are. Earth Rumbler. 5 mana, 7/6 Vigilance Trample, and then you can crew it for 3 or by exiling an artifact or creature from your graveyard. There's also like a Nimble Thopterist is pretty good, but I think I'll just keep taking lands. You just always get enough playables in these formats, so I'm not really that concerned about missing out there. Oh man, this Wrath is pretty nice. All creatures and vehicles lose indestructible, and then destroy all creatures and vehicles. It says 2 mana 1/3, start your engines, and max speed. You can sack it to copy a spell you control. So this is kind of a cool card. There's also a trip up. I don't need to land that badly right now. I'm kind of wondering if it's crazy to take the Wrath. It probably is. Double white is a lot, even with a night market. I don't think I want Momentum Breaker. I mean, it's a good card, but I don't think on the splash it's that good. I wonder if Slick Imitator is any good. Yeah, it sounds kind of nice. All right. Just a 2-drop that has value is pretty good. Ooh, 2 mana. When an artifact or creature leaves your graveyard, you gain a life. But most importantly, when it enters, you mill 4 cards, and you can put artifact, creature, or land from among them in your hand. I mean, that's the card I'm looking for to try to fill my graveyard here. And I don't think I want to counterspell. Yeah. Dredger's Insight is it. It's him. And here, 3 mana, 3/3, and then max speed. You can exile from your graveyard to draw a card, and of course starts the engines. Okay, I'm in for that. It seems like a pretty reasonable card. And then here, 2 mana, 3/3 Defender Vehicle, but I'm going to take Pothole Mole. This is exactly the kind of card I'm looking for. 3 mana, 2/3, mill 3, and get a land back from your graveyard. I mean, this is just excellent in my mill deck. Ooh, and 3 mana, 3/5 Vigilance Crew 1 is a pretty cheap to crew vehicle. When you activate an exhaust ability, you make a 1/1 Thopter. Okay, so now I have 2 things that reward me for exhaust abilities. That seems pretty good. Right now I've got 1, 2 things with exhaust, but I'm sure I can pick up some more. And I've got some good ways to find them. All right, I kind of like where we're at. And then here, so there's 3 mana, start your engines, 2-tap, draw a card, and then max speed. When you draw a card, they mill for 2. It's not a bad card, but I kind of like 4 mana, 2/4. You can get a creature with no abilities from your graveyard or your library. So that'd be the second thing that rewards me for one of these. All right, I'm going to hope to get one of the vanilla creatures here, but I'll take that. And then here, you can exchange control of an artifact or creature you control in theirs. Not super into that. Max speed, 2/2 flyer, draw a card. 5 mana, 4/4 vigilance, and then a saddle one. It's a 6/6 when it's saddled. I don't think I really want any of these, but I guess I'll just take this, or maybe, is there any chance? No, I'll take Trade the Helm. I don't think I'm going to play it, but I have a way to make tokens, a couple ways to make tokens, and it can be pretty good, I guess, if you make some tokens. Okay, I don't mind this. 4 mana, 3/2 makes a 1/1 flyer. Sounds just like a good curve filler here. Ooh, and Trip Up came back. There's also another night market. I feel like I'm doing pretty good on that, and I think I do want to pick up a Trip Up, so we'll see. It seems like getting 4 lands so far. Also, I only have 1 black card. It's not like I'm like Sultai. I'll just take this green card. I'm blue-green splashing a Mimeoplasm off of Jungle Hollow, Dismal Backwater, Night Market. I don't feel like I need the land that badly, and having access to 1 Trip Up I think is going to be good. Okay, well, I don't even know if I want these Bounce Offs. Bounce Off gets better the more, well, ooh, I'll take this though. Maybe that's a good defensive creature. The more card draw you have, the better this gets, because you're down a card when you use it, but you're up on tempo, and if you're drawing a bunch of cards. Oh, look at this. 3 mana, 4/2, and you can exhaust it to put 2 counters on it, and whenever you exhaust a card, you get this from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's perfect. It's a very strong card for what I'm looking for. I've got 2 exhaust payoffs and now 3 exhaust cards. All right, we're kind of getting there. Oh, and look at this. 5 mana, 9/7. This is the vanilla I think I want. There's also exhaust, draw a card, discard a card. This gets a +1/+1 counter, but and exhaust for 7 mana. There's that card. But I think I just take the World Tyrant because I've got the Fang Druid Summoner, so that's already pretty powerful. And then every now and then I'm going to rise from the wreck and get it back. So I think that actually looks good. Another reward for having good lands. Triple green is a real cost. All right, and here, I don't really want a second Hull Drifter that much. I kind of just want 2 mana, 2 on Death Touch. Just looking at my curve, I feel like that's going to be better than like a Nimblethopterist or a Hull Drifter, because I've got some good card advantage in late game stuff. And then here, oh, there's a Lockdown card or a 2 mana 3/2. I'm just going to take the 2 mana 3/2. I think the 2 mana 3/2 is good. It's like a reasonable stats, and it's got some combos. Like there's just some cards that reward you for having no abilities, so it's not bad. And then here, oh, another Ranger's Aether Hive. All right, I really hope to pick up another exhaust card, but I'm down to try this. When the set first comes out, I generally try to like go for whatever their themes are, just because I want to see how well those play out. Oh, Spike Shell Hair, the blue shell from Mario Kart. 5 mana, 4/4. You bounce something and it reduces their speed. That's sick. All right, we're slamming that. That card's awesome. No theme here. This is just a great card. And then here, I guess I'll take the 2/1. I ended up getting a bunch of 2-drops, so I guess maybe the other Hull Drifter would have been good. But Skystreak Engineer, or sorry, Diversion Unit, 2 mana, 2/1 flying, and you can sack. I mean, this card's actually really good. I looked away for a second and it was kind of running out of time, but 2 mana, 2/1 flying is good, and you can sack it to counter an instant or sorcery unless they pay 3, which is actually a pretty annoying ability. And here, 4 mana, 2/2, mill 2, and you get a +1/+1 counter for each creature, artifact, or creature in your graveyard. All right, I'm kind of curious about this. I don't know if I'll play it. I don't really need a second Nimblethopterist that much. Would have been nice to pick up like one more exhaust card, but we didn't get there. I'll take a Grim Bauble. Ah, this is exactly the card I was hoping to wheel. 3 mana, 2/3 exhaust, put a counter on it. Perfect. And look, I got another Nimblethopterist or another Trade the Helm. In best of 3, you really should be taking Spell Pierce because it's such a good sideboard card in some matchups. In best of 1, I just don't really think you're supposed to run it. I guess I'll take it. You know, maybe oh, Flood the Engine's actually not that bad. Maybe with enough vehicles here, it's possible that it ends up being reasonable. All right, let's build this real quick. We got a couple cards over. I know we're not going to play Grim Bauble, Spell Pierce. I'll see how the games play out before deciding on the Spell Pierce. And let's see. Nimblethopterist is fine. Flood the Engine. Stock Up I like. Afterburner's great. Pothole Mole, Rise from the Wreck. Yeah, those are all good. And let's see. What do I like least here? Probably the Midnight Mangler. There's 2 mana, 3/3 Defender. I have some decent removal, so maybe I just cut the bounce off. And then probably Ooze Patrol isn't necessary. It's going to be like a 2 mana, like 4/4, maybe 5, or sorry, 4 mana, 4/4, 5/5. Maybe later it'll be better. I'll see how the games play up. It's possible that this deck's going to fill its graveyard a lot better than I think. And then I probably just could cut a random 3 here. Maybe Flood the Engine. The Flood the Engine seems pretty good. I like Rise from the Wreck. I mean, I kind of like all of these cards now. Maybe just the 2 mana, 2/1 Death Touch is my worst card. Yeah, I guess that's probably what I'll go with. All right. I like the way this looks. Let's see how this does. All right, time for round 1. And, you know, the last couple of cards here, I had a couple different options. I'm probably going to switch things up as the draft goes on and I kind of see what works and what doesn't. This hand, I'm on the draw. I'm going to keep it because I have a 3 mana, 3/3 into a 4 mana, 3/2 plus a 1/1. So that's a pretty good amount. Oh, look at that. 2 mana, 3/2. Fantastic draw. And I have Rise from the Wreck. So it's like a free card. All right, let's play the Omnivore. I could have played a tap land, but the way I see it, if I draw an untapped land, I get to play a 2 plus a 3. This is about the same as playing a Surveyor in terms of what it does on the board. So I'd rather just take the odds of doing that. And look, perfect. Now I get to play Surveyor. hit for 3. And next turn, if I draw a land, I can Nimble Thopters. And if I don't, I'll play a tap land and cast Stock Up. Okay, playing against, looks like Bant, 3 colors, and they've got nothing out really going on. Okay, I'm going to attack and see what they do. Nothing, all right. The need for speed, and I'll play Nimble Thopterist. Maybe they'll counter it. No, they just, if they don't have a play this turn, this game's not going to be close. Okay. I don't know how fast this format is yet. We're going to find out as we go through these drafts. You can't, in Modern Limited, not make a play on turns like 3 or 4 and have a great shot. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's actually pretty good. So you cast it. It has no counters. And then at the beginning of your first main phase, you get a counter on it. You draw 2 cards. Right now, it can attack or block. I drew the Spike Shell here, which is pretty good. I guess the one, it is actually true that this card can kind of get you into it. So do I want to throw away a 3/3 to get a bunch of damage in? Yeah, I think that's worth it. I'll let them block as they see fit. And then they can chump if they want. So if they chump, it's like I'm trading a 3/3 for their 1/3 and they take 4. Good deal. And if they don't chump, they take 7. So I'm fine either way. And Spike Shell Harrier is going to be really good next turn as well. Because next turn they're going to draw 2 cards, and then this is not going to be able to attack or block. I mean, this card is ridiculous. I was in the middle of saying how you can't do nothing on turns 3 or 4 and expect to win. Then they played a great Mythic, but I still feel pretty good about this. Let's stock up here. I would like, I mean, honestly, I like, as much as I like Mimeoplasm, I think I'll just take these 2 so I can go land and just play another creature. And then now they draw 2 cards, but they have no blockers. So they really need to play 2 things this turn. 3-color decks should generally not play this card, is my assumption. I have max speed, but that doesn't actually matter too much for my deck. And so, oh, okay. So we're going to steal the 1/3 because it's untapped. And they can crew this, they can crew the vehicle with the god. If I bounce the vehicle, they have no blockers and take 7. All right. I'm in for that. Let's go. Okay, bounce possession engine. I mean, this is another good rare. They did play 2 good rares in a row. And, you know, that's obviously something, but let's play my Dismal Backwater, though I guess I don't even have a black card anymore because the Mimeoplasms on the bottom here. Now they need to have something or they are toast. They make a 1/1. Okay. They could have just made their thing hexproof and indestructible. I think that would have been better, but you know, we'll see. I guess they can steal the Spike Shell Harrier and their, oh, what is this? Mostly it's a 2-mana 1/1. Sure. And then they possession engine the Spike Shell. Okay. So they're like kind of coming back here. Let's see. So now the thing is I can also wait a turn here. So this crew 3. It's 5/5. So attack. I have 3 lethal attackers, but they have 3 blockers. So this blocks, and they take 1 and go to 2. I mean, they have to block the engineer. Let's say they put, but they can't force me to use the engineer. So I think I just attack with everything and then just cast Rise from the Wreck because I'll get back the Omnivore and whatever dies here. I think that's reasonable. Because they crew the 5/5. Block a 3/2, block a 3/2, chump, go to 2. Is that good? Basically, I'm throwing away these 2, and then they take 1, and they're losing that. But then I get to get them back and replay some stuff, so I think that's probably good. Yeah, Jules, get that bed. Get that bread. All right. And then they go to 2, and then I get back. I rise from the wreckage. Thopterist and no vehicles, and then this. All right. And I could play this. I think I just play the Omnivore. Here's where a untap land would have been kind of nice, but I play the Omnivore. And I played Jungle Hollow. I mean, I guess I could have played this because I could have crewed it with the next turn. Yeah, maybe that would have been better. So they draw 2. So now they have 1 blocker in play, and they're at 2 life. And they're facing down 2 lethal threats and a 1/1. So this is basically a 2-mana 3/3, sure. And max speed, they can do something, but they're not very close to that. Yeah, the boss is actually, or the god is actually doing some good work. They have 6 mana left, and they play a cheap card. So this is the turn that this can't block. So what I might end up doing here is, if I attack with the engineer, they block and I exhaust. Let's go land. Play this thing. And then I just send with the flyer. This doesn't fly or anything. And then, oh, actually, no, that was bad. I needed to attack with the 1/1 as well. And then now I make a Thopter here. Okay, I'll put it on top. Oh, so they could have just blocked the 1/1 and then bounced my thing, I guess. So yeah, that actually worked out okay. Next turn, pass. They now, it says it's a 10/10. They can attack and block, but I'm basically going to play 2 more flyers next turn. And I'm at 23, so they're not that close to killing me. Play another mythic. Okay, I mean, eventually, for each opponent, put up to 1 land permanent, 3rd from the top. Okay. Eventually, they'll play enough mythics that I'll lose, I guess. They've played 4 rares so far. Yeah, all right. That goes away. And they draw 3, gain 3. Oh, no, that's bad. The gain 3 makes it a lot harder to kill them with the flyers. They really should attack with their 10/10, I think. Yeah. Okay, I guess I take 10. And I don't know what my top card is. I guess I'll just play Refueler, Thopterist, and the Engineer. Okay. Nimble Thopterist. Ranger's Refueler. So one of the things that's funny about having a vehicle set is someone always has priority. Like there's no, because of vehicles, it's kind of actually rough. Okay, let's pass the turn. I don't think attacking with my flyers is good. Let's see what they've got. Now they get to draw 2 cards. They have drawn 1 million cards here. All right, they make an artifact. I might have to start blocking at some point here. This thing even has trample, right? Yeah. Well, I think I actually am going to lose this. Incredible. The 3rd mythic did it, I guess. Oh, they just activated this now? You don't really need to do that. I mean, if I draw a removal for their engineer, I could win, because I could just... I attack for 5 in the air here. And I do get to draw a card next turn if I do that. I'm going to reactivate an exhaustibility, draw a card. Okay. So I knew that card, and I know these are on the bottom, but I haven't drawn my put a thing on top card yet. Well, this... I'm definitely going to block there, and... So my question is, well, hold on. How many blockers do they have? They'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. I mean, and they block those 4 and they go to 2. I might just take it. I could take 11, go to 2, because at this point, this thing's going to kill me next turn anyway. So I think I just take it and hope to draw a removal spell. And then if I do, I win. And if I don't, I do not. Because I can pay 4 to exhaust this, make it a 4/4, draw a card. Okay. And then I have enough mana left to cast my removal spell. So yeah, I guess that's going to be my plan here. Okay. It's kind of wild that it came down to top decking, but I guess rare. Well, the third rare wasn't looking crazy or anything, but the first 3 were, or the other 3 were pretty wild. So, and then they did need this to gain 3, or I would have also killed them with my flyers this turn. All right, draw, exhaust this, draw a card. Oh, I guess I know I'm drawing that, so that doesn't help too much. And draw a card. Just to see that if I draw the removal, and then 6 attackers. I mean, whatever. I'll just attack with everything and see what they do. Don't think it's going to get there. Because they have 4 blockers. They go to 2. Yeah, crazy. Didn't think that was very likely, but yeah, I guess they did eventually get there. Well, this is pod racing, I suppose. All right, game 1 in the books. Okay, time for round 2 here. So here, yeah, flood the engine would have worked. I'm on the draw. Well, pothole mole. Let's depend on you. The pothole mole is going to let me hit my 4th land drop. So if I hit my 3rd land drop, I'll probably hit my 4th land drop. If I don't hit my 3rd land drop, I'll probably lose. So it goes. Okay. Play a land. Well, I do the land, so that's nice. Now I would not mind drawing the 2 mana 3/2. But ooh, in the last ride. All right, well, I'll play a tap land. That's fine. It's fine. We've hit our first couple land drops, and now I'm going to go pothole mole into probably cast flood the engine on 4, just because I want to spend my mana because I have a bunch of good 5s, and I hit enough green that I know I can cast the World Tyrant on turn 5. Oh, speaking of tyrants, so 7/2. Well, the 2/3 that draws a card is a good answer to that. Well, I drew some lands in a row, which is very good for me. I just hope this mole doesn't miss here. That would be kind of unfortunate. What do we got? Land? Yeah. Land, I milled a Surveyor. Ooh, nice. And a Rise from the Wreck. And Surveyor means the Mimeoplasm can eat one of them. I mean, I guess I could play this as a 4-mana 3/3 next turn. I probably don't want to do that. The last ride, if they don't have a land drop here, they might just spend 3 mana and 2 life to draw a card, which not a thing you really want to do on turn 3 very much, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Now it's a -7/-7 only. And they hit a land. They're probably not attacking with their 7/2 is my guess. Yeah, I think I just tap this down. I don't know. It trades for my 9/7, so given that, I might as well. And I'll hit them even though they have the last ride in play. It's growing greater. And then next turn, I'll play the World Tyrant. And oh, this is pretty nice. If you exile the World Tyrant and you turn this into that, it's like a 9/7 with like 6 counters on it. All right, Mimeoplasm does some things. Okay. Hit. Play a 9/7. And then if they play a creature to block it, Spikejaw Harrier just gets them good. And if they play a removal spell, well, then I just play a Mimeoplasm X = 2 as a 6/6 that guess this ability isn't particularly relevant, but the other two certainly are. Fang Druid Summoner is also kind of nice. Go get my 3/2, so that's another play next turn if I want. Forest. Okay, I can't say I expected that one. They look like they had a little Mardu Brood. Debris Beetle. This is the Siege Rhino. Yeah, nugs me for 3. I drew the Omnivore this turn, which is not ideal, but they're just going to take 11 here? Okay, I mean, I guess this is now a 7/7, yeah. I don't really want to play Mimeoplasm small. God, this is... All right, fine. I guess that's okay. I think I should just decline and play Omnivore. All right. I basically skipped my draw step by drawing this. Any other card in the deck, the other 24 cards would have been better than drawing this. So I hit the 4% at a 1 out of 25. But I'm not that worried because I still have a lot of stuff in play, and they've spent all their mana on vehicles and drawing cards, which is one of the things that people do in this set. I mean, if they have like a Wrath here, it would be sick. But I guess the Wrath, well, the White Wrath at least kills the vehicles too. And then Harrier is a great play here, and Mimeoplasm also pretty strong. So let's see what they've got for me here. It's got to be decent. Oh man, they're... Okay, so I could bounce that, but then they just crew their vehicle. I'm just going to attack them, and they're going to die, I think. This doesn't have, neither of these have like lifelink or anything. Yeah, this is also not the best play when you haven't done anything this game, so this is day 1 of the set. You get stuff like this, I guess. All right. Barring a removal spell, they just take 7 and... All right, I played some idiots and I attacked. Let's go. All right, 1-1 here. This deck's played out all right. Ooh, it's got the Dredger's Insight and Stock Up. I guess I'm going to play Jungle Hollow, and then at some point Wild Roads might come into play untapped. I've got some vehicles in my deck. And, yeah, turn 1 Jungle Hollow, turn 2 Forest, Dredger's Insight. Turn 3, maybe Stock Up if I draw an island off this, or maybe a different play. We'll see. Okay, we'll keep 7. Mountain Go. All right, that's the card I want to draw. Round 1. That would have done it. So this gets Artifact, Creature, or Land, huh? Red Mountain. Okay. 1/1 Market Back. Yeah, they don't have a great draw if that's what they're doing. Let's try to find my island, please. None of those are islands. Ooh, this comes back. So I could take an exhaust card, like Ranger's Refueler, and when I exhaust it, this comes back. All right. I know I don't have an island, but none of these things do. I mean, I guess I could take the Expert, but I kind of just need to draw an island anyway, and next turn I'm probably just cycling if I don't. And then I found an island. Perfect. Island, and goes to the battlefield. Yeah, I'll play this then. I'm going to play the Ranger's Refueler. Oh, I guess I actually... Oh, yeah, I couldn't play the Wild Roads this turn because I played the island. Next turn I'll play Wild Roads because I have a vehicle. I'm going to take 5 this turn, down to 15. But, 6 even. They're activating that? Well, I like that. All right, let's play this just because I know it's going to be... It's going to work out. Wow, gain a life, draw a card. Look at all that. Oh, I guess I don't want to even attack. I'll leave this back as a blocker. So this dies, draw a card for each counter on it. Okay, well, I guess they're going to kill my Afterburner Expert. I'm sure I can get it back. And then they sack. Okay. And they attack me for 6. All right. I don't mind this that much. Let's see. I've got some plays. Let's go Spike Shell Harrier. And I think I bounced the Market Back Walker. Because at some point I can bounce it again with Trip Up, and I'll block the Javanalier with the Harrier here. If I bounce the Javanalier and then they play the attack with the Walker, I don't think that works out great for me. All right, trade for the Javanalier. They surveil 1. Next turn I get to just play this and gain 4. They played a 2/2. Oh, Mimeoplasm could actually do something at some point here too, but let's start by just playing the Ketradon, and then Mimeoplasm has 1, 2 targets right now. The longer you wait on that sort of thing, the better, if you don't need to play it. Draw 2, we each lose 2. My speed, their speed's up to 2. I did knock them back 1 with the blue shell. And this makes a 2/2, and max speed, they get to tutor. Okay. 7 mana here. I only have 2 blue, which is unfortunate. I can't play these 2 and leave up the diversion ability. I could Mimeoplasm. X equals 2. I don't have an exhaust card in hand right now. Kind of want to just go stock up and see what I find. The Aether Hive, and I think I'll take Aether Hive and the Pothole Mole and still just play the Thopterist, and then next turn play Pothole Mole to hit a land drop. Actually, I like an attack here. That seems good. I've got some decent blockers, and I have Trip Up, which is going to be good. Like I might go Mole plus Trip Up. Okay, kill my 3/2. All right. And haste with 4 mana left. Okay, well, let's block the haster, and they're going to pay the mana. Okay, I don't love my attack quite as much. Though I think I'm actually still largely fine here. Maybe not. I don't know. 3, 6, 7, 8 mana. I can't quite do 3 things. I could Mimeoplasm. X equals 3. I kind of want to do Mimeoplasm X equals 3. And then I can play my 2/1 as well. This also gains me a life, so I'll eat this. And then it's a 9/9, and then I play this. And I'm actually not going to attack because I think if they kill my Mimeoplasm, I don't really like that. And they can sack this to gain 3 life, but Mimeoplasm gets pretty big. You turn this into like one of those things. Let's see, so it pays 2, so it costs 7. So I can't quite play the Aether Hive and do that, but I have 4, 8, 9 mana. Land. Let's go. I could exhaust. It's funny, I can attack for 10, 12 with that. And I could put a thing into play, so that costs 7 mana. Interesting. And they have 1 card in hand. I think I want to go Mole, because I'll gain a life off this as well. Assuming I hit a land, which I did. Off the Dredgers. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's an artifact or creature, so not just a card. Okay. And then I think I can leave up Trip Up. They're going to spend a bunch of mana on the Market Backwalker, probably. So let's turn this into a 9/9 flyer. And then I'll leave 3 blockers back, and I have the Trip Up as so protection. I could also at some point sack this to make a land. Yeah, sure, you can. They can even surveil too. Okay. They don't want any of those cards. That's fine. And if they attack with Market Backwalker, I'll block with my 6/6. They might spend a mana on it. Who knows? And then I'll put it on the top or bottom. The only risk is if they play something with an additional cost of sacrificing and they sack the Market Backwalker, they'll just immediately draw 3 cards, but I'm not too worried about that. Destroy target creature or vehicle. Yeah, all right. I could put it on top. I don't really like that. All right. That's a shame. And next turn, I guess I attack for 2. I'll wait on the trip up. At some point, it's going to be good, and I don't have anything to spend my mana on now. And this costs 3 mana. So, I mean, if I play this, I can make my 1/1 attack. I mean, I guess if I attack with the Caradon, they just double block. I think this is fine. Pass the turn. Okay. And then they still have the Momentum Breaker, so they can gain 3 life, which means I don't just kill them with my 2/1. But next turn I might be able to get a really nice little attack in here. And another removal spell. Okay. Well, things are getting a little dicey. I'm glad I hit them for a lot with the Mimeoplasm the 1 turn, but I'm kind of running out of things to do. 2 removal spells got me pretty good. Okay, land. Let's trip up the Market Backwalker because we're gonna make some attacks here. Can put it on top if they want. No, they did not. All right, draw. I will cycle that. All right, that's really nice that it had cycling. Just drawing a land would have been terrible. Well, still just did draw a land. All right, crew this. So if I attack like this, I think that's actually fine. If they want to put their 4/3 on my 2/3, it's like I traded it for their 2/2 because they're going to chump and they're going to go to 2 after they sack the Momentum Breaker. And then I don't lose my 6/6 because if I don't attack with that, I feel like they can just block with the double block and then I lose my 6/6. They do get to surveil here, but they're kind of out of gas. I've got 2 lethal attackers. They're at 2. They can attack me for 4. That doesn't do anything. They left a card on top, so let's say it's a removal for my 6/6. The 3/5 still gets chumped by the 4/3. I mean, maybe they play like a 5/5 or something. That's a little different, but looks like a removal spell. We'll see. Oh, and they get to gain life. So now they can actually attack me. Yeah, that's a good attack. All right, I still win this race. Any creature I just win here. Oh, no, they get to Hour of Victory. Yeah, that's tough. Okay. They have to decide, are they going to play a 1/1 Market Backwalker? No, they're going to not do anything. All right, play this. Well, they just put themselves dead to this if they didn't get something that does something right away. Whew. All right, we got there. 2-1. Oh, solid game. All right. On the draw here. Oh, nice. This is sweet. A lot of good stuff here. I've got Dredger's Insight to find my 3rd land into Pothole Mole, into Fang Druid Summoner, Mimeoplasm as a finisher. I like the way this deck has turned out. Ooh, the Ranger's Refueler. I've got like a little graveyard / a little bit of a vanilla theme and a bit of an exhaust theme. Okay, this is going to be tough though. Let's see how this goes. I think I Dredger's Insight. I'm fine just finding a land. I could have played a tap land, but getting this into play I think is actually kind of nice. Oh, look at that. And then I milled the exhaust thing. So next turn, we're going to Pothole Mole. Yeah, they're going to scry. Becomes an artifact creature with haste. A 2/3 is good on this board at least. 2 top. I'm probably dead. Let's see how this goes. Okay, let's play Pothole Mole. Mill. Get back. Oh, actually should have got back Forest because of that, but whatever. Could definitely come up here. Geez, okay. And then they crew the vehicle and it's a 5-2, but I guess I can actually just block it with the mole still, so that isn't a complete disaster. Okay, so I take 4 down to 12 here. And then, oh, Spike Shell here is going to be really nice. Wow, getting back island instead of forest is definitely a thing. Actually, I'm going to search my library. I'm going to get the 3-2. I think I just want to get that because maybe I might need to double spell here to survive. Now I can block the 3-3 and take 2, and then next turn I can bounce the 3-3. Okay. So 5-5 haste. Good lord. All right, yeah. Land. I'm sure playing Spike Shell is going to be the best thing I can do. Wow. I'm just not... There's just no configuration here that's good for me. This Sloth is just a beating. A 5-5 indestructible? Sure, I guess I'll bounce it. Yeah, the red-white uncommon, or rare even, sorry. Very good. 2-drop into vehicle into 2, or like something like a pilot into a mount. Got me good. I like my deck. I don't have time to do the nonsense here that I would like to, but I do like my deck. I mean, clearly they just play the 5-5 and attack me again. They could even give it +2/+0 and trample if they want. So, yeah, they're going to saddle it with the Velocitar. So they kill my 4-4. And I don't take any trample. And then next turn, I can refuel and refuel. And then I'll get my 4-2 back. I need the lockdown card to stop the Sloth. Let's just play this. Pass the turn. I can get back Afterburner Expert. Hey, that Sloth is getting me good, and they haven't even played a card yet this turn. And they didn't play a land last turn, so they have 3 spells in hand. I believe I am dead. But I will try my best. So, yeah, this looks like a pretty good card. I mean, obviously it's going nuts with the Culloden, but even without it, 5-mana 5-5 that you can like saddle, attack, it's indestructible, and untaps your other creatures so they can still block. Oh, all creatures. So it untaps itself even? Yeah, alright. Well, at least they didn't play a haster this turn. Could be worse. Afterburner Expert. Gain a life. That's cool. Oh, do they have a removal spell too? No, not that I can do anything about that. All right, draw a card. Night Market, a tap land. Yeah. And then they have a 7-5 attacking me. I kind of think I just block like this. Take 3 down to 3. I know if they have a removal spell, I die, but I kind of like having this in play, because then if I exhaust this, I can draw a card off that. I mean, it's almost immaterial because I don't think that I'm going to win. All right. Well, got destroyed by red-white vehicles, the need for speed. Well, you know, that's kind of what I expect. A good red-white draw is probably pretty tough to beat, especially when they play a rare and I can't kill it, so score 1 for them. All right, let's keep going. Okay, 2 and 2. I feel like this deck is a little better than like a 2-3 and out, so we'll see if we can make that true. Opponent goes first. No blue mana. I'm fine just mulliganing this, I think. Okay. Oh, I do like this hand. All right, I'll keep this. I like Ranger's Aether Hive, but I think I'm supposed to put it back because I don't want to put back a land. And just these are all very strong. A cheap removal or cheapish removal spell, and then two really strong, like 2-for-1 kind of cards. I think that's better than a vehicle which didn't have any exhaust cards to go with it, though of course I did, then drew one. 2 mana, 2/1 haste, yeah. And let's go Night Market, name black. And next turn I can go like Afterburner Expert, and then turn 4 Flood the Engine. Or if I draw an untapped land, I can play the Fang Druid Summoner. Okay, so I know I'm drawing that. Let's just play the Expert. I actually don't mind trading this thing off. Just, oh, they're going to kill it. A little Lightning Strike action. That's fine. Next turn, a 2/4 that goes and gets... I only have 1 green plus the Wild Roads. I probably should just go get the 3/2. So now they get to like Valakut Awakening off this thing. Basically, discard up the 2 cards. Okay, sure. They can Faithless Rummaging. Oh, look at that combo. Do they have a land? No, I guess they don't have a land to really make that pop off. Let's just play the 3/2 and a 1/1. That feels like it can block pretty effectively. They have all spells in hand. They have another Lightning Strike? No. Okay. So now what is their plan? They can make this into a 4/3. They can make this into a 3/2. I'll just block with my 1/1 and make them spend 4 mana. And then next turn I can block with the Nimble Thopterist. Because if I block the Nimble Thopterist, they just let combat resolve, and I don't think that works out great for me. And here I can play the Fang Druid Summoner, or I could flood the engine on this goblin because it loses all abilities. So now their Marauding Mako doesn't do that much. And if they kill this, yeah, they get to hit me for 5. But if they don't, I get to block the 4/3. And then next turn I can play this and bounce the 4/3. So I think all that seems pretty reasonable. And then if I draw another land, I can play the Fang Druid Summoner and the 3/2 in the same turn. And if I draw a Forest, I could consider getting the 9/7 as well. Ooh, I love this block. Getting to do this block is extremely strong. Okay. Now all of a sudden, we're just not in that bad a shape. All right, they make that. 2/4 reach. Yeah, kind of like playing the Summoner, searching my library, getting the 9/7, then playing a 2/1 flyer. The 2/4 reach can block their 1/1. The 2/1 can block their 3/2. They just drew land number 5, so if they have like a Spike Shell Harrier or something like that, I'm not loving it. But even if they kill my 2/4, my 2/1 blocks their 3/2 and I take 2 damage. It's just not the end of the world. This deals 5 to a creature. Okay. Yeah, this I think is going to work out better. If I'd played the Harrier and bounced the 1/1, it wouldn't have worked out great either. I mean, they should just attack with everything here. Do they really think their Mako is going to be that good this game? I guess they do, but that's a crazy no attack. They just give up a point of damage. Their speed goes up, and this deals 2 damage to each player who doesn't have match speed. Sure. Oh, they have another discard card. Sure, I mean, I see what they're going for, but whatever. Just play my 9/7 here. Next turn, I'll play the Harrier. I do now have a bit of an issue of 2 flyers against me having no flyers, but the 9/7 can actually attack them pretty effectively, so I think I'll start to do that. They have to have a discard card in hand, right? No? It's kind of crazy to not attack with a Mako without even having one of those in hand. Oh, they do have one. It just takes 2 turns. Sure. Slick Imitator. Oh, okay. So let's go Slick Imitator. This way the engines are started. Attack with my 9/7. I'm going to reduce their speed. The 9/7 kind of gets in there. And I play Spike Shell Harrier, and my speed goes up, and I think I just kill their 1/1 flyer. Bouncing this is a little tempting, but if they draw an island, it just really doesn't really accomplish all that much. And killing their 1/1 flyer is nice because that just reduces the number of things that can chump my 9/7. Okay. They're cycling now? That's just, yeah. I mean, it's day one of the set. Sometimes your opponents will play bad. Because, like, they could have just done that main phase and done an extra point of damage here. It would have been really big. This game's going to be close. I'm going to 6 now. I mean, I really need to draw the, like, put on top of your card deck, or put on top of your deck card, or a flyer or something. Oh. Really? Huh. Okay, I'll block the 3/4 on chump here. I guess they must have a trick. This attack wouldn't really make sense otherwise, because now I have lethal. They have like a deal 2 or something. They want to get the Harrier down. Yeah, they have a deal 3. All right, well that. Okay. They have land. All right, yeah, this is going to be a really close game because I'm going to attack them down to 2 here. Unfortunately, I won't be at max speed, so this is going to get close, but not there. And then make a 1/1. And pass the turn. Now they hit me to 3. I chump the Mako. Well, they're not going to attack with the Mako. They hit me to 3, and then they chump my 9/7 is really what it's going to come down to. Yeah, that attack was also crazy, because if they just lightning struck me this turn, I would just die. So, all right, let's go. I did 1 turn to draw either a way to get rid of a blocker or a reach creature. And if I don't, then it's no good for me. And if they drew a spell this turn, it's also going to be really tough. But if they drew a spell, they might have just attacked with the Marauding Mako. All right. A 3/2. Does it have any abilities? No, it does not. All right. I was 1 point short this game, but I also should have been dead many times over. All right. My need for speed. I could attack and hope they chump, but they're just going to kill me here. Well, this deck was okay. I liked some of the things that had going. Let's see. We lost a game to them playing like 4 rares. That'll happen. And we lost a game to them playing red-white and curving out with the rare that was really good. That last game was a little brutal because, like, it's not like our opponent played a bunch of busted cards or well, and we still lost. The cards I may have wanted to try was like this as a defender, but I felt like I had enough 2s, or this as a 2/1 Death Toucher, and the Ooze Patrol, which I think if I had a few more self-mills, I would have played this, but as it was, I felt fine not playing it. Maybe a bounce off. Maybe I did want to bounce off instead of, like, I don't know, everything worked pretty well together. I was pretty happy with all these cards. Maybe the Slick Imitator was the card I needed to cut, but that's also a good early play. Well, that'll do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this Aether Drift draft. I'll do another one of these, then probably back to some more Cube, and we'll see if people are loving Aether Drift. Make your preferences known, and I'll see what I do, because a new set is always fun, but of course Cube is great too. So I will be back with another video tomorrow. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.